Chapter 6321. Jenny Hogwitz couldn't wait to deliver the $1 billion cryptocurrency within a few hours. It's not wrong to say that she couldn't wait. She has handled many family payments in her life. And she has never been so happy to pay money like today. This is mainly because Howard's promise to her worked. Facing those reporters who followed closely and took pictures of her face with multiple cameras, Jenny was excited and thrilled. She seemed to have seen herself become the most respected and beloved wife and mother. Howard did fulfill his promise and fully demonstrated the Rothschild family's mastery of manipulating public opinion. When Jenny delivered the $1 billion cryptocurrency, several major media outlets reported intensively and in detail on this extremely large kidnapping case. Once the news was broadcast, it caused a huge sensation across the United States. At first, people were shocked by the severity of the kidnapping case. But the media soon brought the rhythm to Jenny. So people were even more shocked by Jenny, a strong old woman. For a time, the story of Jenny saving her husband and son became popular throughout the country. And Jenny's calmness, tenacity, and determination to do everything for her family in front of the camera did win widespread praise from the common people. When Charlie received the news that $1 billion had arrived, he was on his way to Classic Mansion. Steve held a banquet at Classic Mansion and wanted to invite him to dinner before leaving. So Charlie drove to the antique street and called Peter, who was watching the store. Asking Peter to attend Steve's dinner was nothing more than taking the opportunity to spur Steve on. Charlie had a thorough understanding of the general character of the Rothschild family. In summary, there were only a few points. They were all selfish, ruthless, and lacked a true spirit of contract. The first and most important point was that the spirit of the contract was not strong. And they were extremely double-standard. Generally speaking, if the contract is beneficial to them, their contract spirit will be extremely strong. Even if the other party is already impoverished, or even about to be buried, the money owed to them must not be reduced, including principal and interest. But if the contract is not beneficial to them, then they will definitely think about how to avoid honoring the contract as much as possible, and even find ways to abolish the contract. From Charlie's experience in dealing with them, whether it is Howard or Steve, the spirit of the contract is almost exactly the same. So he must seize the opportunity and keep spurring Steve to ensure that he dares not act rashly after returning to the United States. When Charlie and Peter entered the box together, Steve, who had been waiting in the box for a long time, was slightly stunned, but soon understood Charlie's intention. So he hurriedly stood up and said respectfully, "Mr. Wade, Mr. Jew, please sit down." Charlie nodded and said to Peter very politely, "Uncle, please go first." Peter smiled and gestured. Then, he found a seat nearby and sat down, and Charlie sat down next to him. Steve asked him with concern at this moment, "Mr. Wade, has the Hogwitz family paid the money?" To be honest, I have always been worried that they feel that the cost-effectiveness of paying is not high, and they will be unwilling to pay this money. That is also a loss for you. Charlie smiled and said, "Look at what you said, Steve. Do you think I really care about their money? The reason why I asked them for money is nothing more than cooperating with you to put on a show. You have been here for so long and haven't found them. It will definitely be embarrassing if it gets out. What's more, you can't just go back empty-handed. I took them to the high seas to shoot a video, and then asked their family for a huge ransom. Isn't it just the perfect way to get rid of your worries for you? So you can fly back to the United States tonight, and don't have to worry about anyone mocking you for your incompetence."